Do the like Mexican big techs.
Why don't they do like hipster big techs? It's like cool ass big techs wearing some Vans. He can still wear some Dickies. Throw a fedora on him. All that good shit. Want to do the pre-roll here?
Yeah, we're going to do a pre-roll first.
All right. Before we get started with the podcast, let's take care of some business, like taking care of your health.
Literally taking care of.
I'm going somewhere with this, Jenna.
I know you are.
We're talking about Care of. Right? Well, Care of products are formulated with good-for-you clean ingredients that are backed by science.
Yeah, it's so easy too. You just have to take a 5-minute online quiz. They're going to ask you questions about your diet, your lifestyle, and health concerns to help address your specific wellness goals. This holistic online quiz is like getting a one-on-one consultation with a nutritionist, and you don't have to leave your house. And you know how much I hate leaving my house.
And it's really easy too. All you got to do is follow Care of's expert recommendations or adjust your pack at any time. And what you receive is up to what you want for your body.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize this until we started doing Care of, that it takes about 30 days for your body to adapt to new nutrients. Now is a great time to do this as we're changing seasons. The time recently changed. That throws everyone's body clock off. And going into the holidays, your diet and lifestyle are going to change completely. So this is the best time to do this.
And I'm not going to get them confused with my wife's Care of packages because my packages have my name on them.
Oh, that's amazing.
And a little message to get me along for my day, you know?
I don't think it hurt you to take your wife's.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but I don't know what she's trying to take. I know what I want to take.
But it's true. They make it so easy and personalize it just for you. And for 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com/Fitish50. That's FITISH50 and enter the code Fitish50. And again, that's going to get you 50% off. That's 50. I said 50% off your first Care of order at takecareof.com/Fitish50 and use the code Fitish50.
If my math is correct, that's half off.
Yeah. Good math.
Cool. Thank you.
I know we talk for a living, but those are good math skills.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. I am back. Welcome to another episode of the Fitish podcast.
I feel like I've been carrying a lot of weight on my back.
I've been carrying a lot of weight, period. COVID.
Bulking? Oh.
Bulking up, man. I've been feeling it.
Welcome to the Fitish office, JC.
This is my first time here, and I was molested by your dog the entire time. I have not left the couch because she sat on me.
She looks exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
We're filming this one. If you're listening to this right now and you didn't realize that now we have video, I highly recommend watching it. We have decorated the Fitish office for Christmas. We have a Christmas tree, or do I have to say holiday tree? In this day and age, I feel like I offend everyone no matter what the fuck I do. So it's a Fitish holiday tree.
It's a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Nobody's going to get offended by that. And if you are, we're really sorry.
The Jews don't put up a tree.
No, but
they use the menorah. I don't know. So many of my Jewish friends, they're so cool about their Judaism that they tend to celebrate everything still.
You know what I found out recently in the last couple of years is that some Jewish families, because they want to put up lights for the holidays, they'll put up blue lights.
Yeah.
So
you didn't know that was...
No.
Yes.
I just thought those people liked blue lights.
No, it's the Jewish color for the holiday.
Yeah,
it's
now
blue.
I know.
Yeah. Now you know. Well, look at that. It only took you 37 years.
Yeah, that's all good.
How have you been, though?
I've been good.
Have you missed being on the podcast? Are you worried that Franny's going to take your spot?
No. What was his nickname?
The Sub-Mexican.
Sub-Mex. No. Of course, I don't think he's going to take my spot. But if he did, that'd be fine because he's an excellent co-host. I was just taking some time for myself.
Yeah.
I've been going through some things.
Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling better. I am. I had a car accident. I know you probably touched on it a little bit. And it was a little jarring. My son was in the car with me, and there's some things that happen after you are in a car accident that I was not expecting to have to go through.
Yeah.
Since this is my first one, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's my first time of me actually being in the driver's seat and being in an accident. So.
Yeah. It's so unsettling. Like, because your adrenaline kicks in usually after a car wreck and you're like, are you okay? Is everyone okay? You're fine. And then other shit can go down the next day and the next day, either where you're feeling hurt or sore or, you know, someone claims something happened that didn't happen.
Exactly. So there's the going through insurance and going through the other person's insurance and waiting for police reports and talking to, I don't know how this happens, Jenna, but lawyers, these like ambulance chasing lawyers, get the phone numbers of people in accidents. I don't know how, who.
Because police reports are public domain and 911 calls are. And yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They have this. Sometimes they will literally sit in their car and have a tracker. You can listen to, all 911 calls, and that's why they're called ambulance chasers. So they will find out when 911 is called for an emergency situation like that, for a wreck or a fire, and they will go to the scene.
So yeah.
And track you down.
That's what's been happening. Thank God my son was okay. Nothing is wrong with my son. He tries to be drama sometimes and be like, oh, my neck kind of hurts, but nah, bro, you good. I seen you.
You're like, shut up, Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah. But I learned something with the whole insurance process. So my car wasn't totaled and it's getting fixed right now. Number one, I found out that people don't listen to the car rental agents. They smoke in the cars. My rental smells like cigarettes. Number one, that's what I learned. Number two, did you know you can get an extra check for your car's damage? So let's say I want to go sell my car, right? In a couple years after I get it fixed up. And somebody looks up on the CarMax that it was in an accident. So they're obviously going to try to knock down some price for that. Be like, yo, this thing was in a car accident.
It was gently used, right? Gently abused.
So it takes some of the value off of your car when you're in an accident.
Yeah.
So you can have somebody come out and basically take a look at the damage done to your car and tell you how much damage it's worth. So then you get an extra check for maybe a couple $1,000s, maybe up to $5,000, depending on how bad they deem the damage to be for the resale value.
Wow.
And a lot of people I learned don't do this.
Yeah.
They just go ahead and go through insurance because obviously insurance doesn't want to pay through that. So luckily I found that out through my mother-in-law. She told me that she did that and she got a check back. So I did it myself and I got a guy going out there to look at it. So maybe I can get a little check so I could buy another skateboard.
Another skateboard.
I already bought it, but yeah, future planning.
Now, Kinsey doesn't have an issue with you skateboarding. Like I have an issue with Francisco and his motorcycle addiction. She's not worried about. Do you wear a helmet?
No.
Gosh, you're a bad example.
I don't. I should wear a helmet. I really should. But I trust myself so much while I'm skating. I don't go on vert pipes or anything.
I remember, it just stands out in memory, a guy friend of mine, I was in 6th grade, and he was in a church parking lot riding a skateboard, but he had his helmet on. And I'm sure everyone used to give him shit for being like, because it's so nerdy. I mean, helmets are so dorky, but you got to make him cool, because he went through someone's windshield in a church parking lot. And the only reason he wasn't dead is because he had on a helmet.
That is
and
so
you would
badass.
think of all places to be struck by a fast moving vehicle would not be a church parking lot.
Yeah, you would think Jesus would take the wheel at that point.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Some speed demon in the church parking lot. And he went through, Tyler was his name. He went through the windshield and he had a helmet and he survived.
No, I say I don't wear a helmet, but if I'm gonna go do something crazy, like if I'm going on a trail, because I do have an electric skateboard that goes on trails, I'll wear a helmet then. Yeah. So, or if I'm going down and bombing a hill where I'm probably gonna be going more than 25 miles an hour, I will wear then. But other than that, if I'm just cruising my neighborhood, I figure I could just break my wrist instead and just kind of take all the damage on there.
So Francisco, this last weekend, I was a little annoyed with him because
Okay, cool. Because then I'll tell you why I'm annoyed with Kinsey in a minute.
We're just going to bitch about our significant others. No. So him and I have been doing therapy, right? Yeah. So not only is he going to miss this coming Friday's therapy appointment because he is going to Mexico. So I think I'm going to go to the therapist alone so I can bitch about him. Right.
That's what it turns into, basically?
I don't know. I haven't been alone, but she said we're allowed to go alone. So I'm thinking about going alone. No, just to talk about stuff that we've been talking about because we've taken the last couple of weeks off. But we went and the therapist said something to both of us that I, at least, it's really resonated with me. And I have been kind of trying to live it and grow from it. And I don't think that he has. So I'm annoyed by it because she told us that she can see by the way we look at each other and talk to each other that we very much love each other, but that we are both still being stubborn, wanting to live like single people that have found their partner for life. Because we got in this thing that like I answered the front door in a white t-shirt when these movers were coming over, and it wasn't intentional. It was just like
white t-shirt, no bra.
Yeah, I was in the middle of getting ready and he was fucking pissed at me. And I was like, I buy my own clothes. It turned into this whole thing like I buy my own stuff. Like I get to wear whatever I want. And the therapist was like, Jenna, can you maybe understand why your significant other is upset that another grown man might have seen your boobs through your shirt? And I was like, I'm trying to understand. I was all mad, but then it made sense to me that it's not a control thing. It's more your partner's uncomfortable with something. You don't have to understand it, but you have to just say, okay. And, you know, you have to make changes in your life if your partner's uncomfortable with something. And I used to think of that as like losing my independence, losing my identity, letting a man control me. And she's like, no, you have to stop acting like you're single. But the same goes for him, right? That we tend to live in this world, this selfish world. Like we both do our own thing because our money's separate. We can take care of ourselves, right? So we kind of have that mentality. She's like, you have to start living like you have a life partner. And so I've really been trying to do that. I've been wearing a bra.
Good job.
I don't have on one right now, but I have been wearing a bra and underwear and, you know, really considering my undergarment selection and asking him his opinion on what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a big step for me.
It's a huge step.
And
Jenna hates underwear and bras.
Yeah, I don't have either on right now. But in general, I'd like to say that it's because this shirt kind of has a built-in bra.
Is there an equivalent to what us guys could do? Like if I answered the door in my boxers that have the little front area that opens up, like if I answered it like that. And
I don't care.
And the boys.
But see, that's what's weird is just because I don't care about something doesn't mean it's not okay that my partner doesn't care, right? Or that my partner cares.
You know the difference too is those guys that you answer the door for are probably not going to call the police or file sexual harassment against you. But if I open the door like that for a girl, I guarantee you I'd get in trouble.
At your own home?
And that's sexist. I think so.
I mean, don't you have a license to not conceal at your own home?
I don't know, but I don't know how people are going to respond to it. I know that the guys, if they see you like that, are definitely not going to complain. But if the lady coming over to talk about the Bible comes over, she's going to get really mad at me.
I don't answer the door for those people.
I do.
No, I don't have time for that.
You just got to act really weird for them.
Yeah. Well,
do you mind if I come inside and talk to you about our Savior Jesus Christ?
That is the time to answer the door in a robe, though, and be like, come inside.
Yes, but we're a nudist household.
Yes.
Yeah, you just got to tell them something that freaks them out.
This is all getting me off track from what I was bitching about.
Oh, go ahead and bitch again.
And so he knows that I don't like, this is something, just tell me how you would react.
Okay.
So on Friday night, he wanted to go to a birthday party. And these are friends he hadn't seen in a long time. Friends that I've actually never met in the 2 years that we've dated. But I've gotten kind of increasingly uncomfortable being in public situations. And I was seeing, you know, I have a family member that's going through some stuff right now, getting surgery and isn't doing okay. And I was about to see them. And, I just didn't want to be around people. And I want him to understand that. I think COVID's kind of brought a really weird time, I'm sure, for friends. We talked about this back in March and we haven't really touched on it again. But I think that we've all been going through these waves of, he may be more comfortable in public scenarios than I am. But then I don't want to get my mom sick and I don't want to get another family member sick, that sort of thing. So anyway, I decided to stay home. He's like, I'll be gone for an hour. He was gone for 3. I was pissed. He'd be so mad if I was out and didn't text and didn't let him know that I was going to be 3 hours.
You got to understand us guys have a ×3 rule. You know what I'm saying? When we say we'll be there for an hour, it means 3.
And when you say you've had 5 sexual partners, you've had 15?
That one, I think the guy number is divided by 3 in that scenario.
Caught.
They lie.
Don't ever try to get your analogies by me. I'm going to call you on it.
If we say we're going to be home by midnight, probably going to be home by 3.
But then he left at 6 a.m. the next morning. He took a flight to St. Louis to buy a motorcycle and drive it home in one day.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and
so
that's dangerous too because motorcycles are scary.
It was just back-to-back things that I'm thinking if I did that, he'd be so upset with me. So I was kind of trying to tell him, I was like, I'll pay the shipping of the motorcycle. No, I want to do it. I was like, I want to be supportive. I don't know. And I'd love women to reach out to me that have a passion for bikes or that their husband does, because I never want to be that woman that tells their husband or partner that you can no longer do this. Because A, that's not cool. And you don't want your partner to resent you over something. But there is an element of me that feels that is so unsafe. I mean, he got hit off his motorcycle when he pulled out of the driveway since we've been dating and came in the house all bloodied after he tells me that it's really safe. And I'm like, God, you're going to drive 9.5 hours from St. Louis to Texas in one day on that motorcycle. And I didn't tell him to not do it. I was just so worried the whole time. And I think he doesn't understand how uneasy it makes me feel.
Yeah. That's one of those things that he's going to have to give up.
At some point. Yeah, like with family. That's what
Especially
he said.
If you guys have
like,
kids.
if we have kids, I won't do this again.
Like, I went skydiving. Rocky Mountain climbing. No, I'm just kidding. I went skydiving and I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to keep doing that because it was such a rush of adrenaline.
You didn't have kids when you did it, right?
No, I didn't have kids.
I remember that.
And then when it was right before we had kids. And then we got pregnant and had Kason, and I brought it up to her again. And I said, I want to go skydiving again. And she said, no, we have kids now. And there's a moment you got to take as a dude, you got to sit back and go, is that rush of adrenaline worth me risking my life for something that people, I mean, the odds are I'm going to be fine skydiving, but there's that slight chance that I might not survive it, and it's not worth it to me. So those are the things you got to take into consideration as a man once you have a family.
And here I am with my titties out in a white t-shirt, and he's upset about it. But he's on a motorcycle driving 9.5 hours, and that makes me upset. My titties aren't hurting anyone.
No, they're not.
They're not putting anyone's life in danger.
They're not. No, they're not. I mean, I'm going to have to side with you on that one.
So you know what I did when he was gone? I got on policygenius.com and started looking at life insurance policies, because how important is that you take a good life insurance policy out on yourself and your partner?
I mean, that's great.
I
but
bet I won't get good life insurance off of him. If he does have multiple motorcycles, I'm sure they take that into consideration. But this is why Policy Genius makes it so easy for you, because they're combining a cutting edge insurance marketplace with help from licensed experts to save you time and money. So you're really just comparing all of the possible policies out there, and you could save 50% or more when you use Policy Genius to compare all of those life insurance policies that are on the market. And you know, these, I didn't even realize it until I started looking at life insurance that, you know, you shop for policies that could last for more than a decade. So savings of 50% really start to add up when you're comparing stuff. So just go to policygenius.com. In just a few minutes, you can work out how much coverage you need based on your life and your partner and your family. You can compare quotes from top insurers to find your best price. And you might even be eligible to skip the in-person medical exam. And some of the policies start at as little as $1 a day. So if you're in need of life insurance like I am, head to policygenius.com right now to get started. You could save 50% or more by comparing quotes. Policy Genius, when it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right.
That was a beautiful commercial.
Yeah, thank you.
And we should use it for next week when it's due.
No! Shut the fuck up.
For the 23rd. I was like, you're in a row. We might as well save that one and use it for next week.
No, I was looking at the wrong set of spots.
It was, and that's why I went to Policy Genius. She said,
I have an idea. Yeah.
Well, you do RAYCON and just go into...
We could go... Oh, hold on. Let me tell you a story about his motorcycle, and that'll lead you into RAYCON.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. He did have a funny story, though, when he was making this 9.5 hour drive. So he said the difference between... He was kind of rating the people between Missouri and Oklahoma. And I was like, you better be careful, because I like Oklahoma.
But I like Missouri, too.
Yeah. He said the people in Missouri were so nice that he actually stopped and he was trying to buy some earplugs. He says he goes back and forth between either wearing earbuds or earplugs, right? And that he was asking in a gas station, and some woman just pulled her earplugs out. And they had been used and offered them to him. And they were dirty. But like, what a sweet gesture. And he was like, no, I'm okay. You should keep those, because like, how do you politely decline a used earplug? And but then he said 2 other people came up to him and gave him brand new, unwrapped, I don't know. He was at some truck stop or gas station, because I don't know how many people just happen to have unwrapped earplugs, like a truck driver. I guess they wear them. So funny. Yeah. So by the time he got to Oklahoma, he said it was so funny because he was looking for a charger, because he needed to charge his phone so he could go back to using his earbuds.
Yes.
And anyway, and so he could listen to music or whatever he was doing. But it was so funny because he said he pulled over and he was trying to buy these chargers from a tire shop. And after like 10 packs that hadn't been charged, or these chargers that weren't charged, they were, and he asked for a place to eat food, and the guy was like, there's the best restaurant in town's right down there past the super Walmart. And he's like, there's a super Walmart that no one told me about, and all I need is to get in to buy a charger so I can charge my phone, so then I can get back to listening to my music.
Oh, and hopefully he was wearing his RAYCONs, because listen,
you mean my RAYCONs that he stole from me?
They are, and it's never too early to start gift shopping for the holidays. And maybe, Jenna, if he's using your RAYCONs way too much, you might as well get on there and get him some, because today you can save big on a gift they're going to use every day. And those are the RAYCON wireless earbuds we have been talking about for a long time.
Yeah, we love these. This is such a great gift idea, by the way, because these are more affordable than any of the other premium wireless earbuds that are currently on the market. You know, I've started... a lot of my Christmas shopping already.
Have you really?
I have like a dozen gifts under my Christmas tree at home. Isn't that amazing?
I think I'm just going to get everybody Raycons because everybody keeps asking me about them. You can
so
work from home. You can
good.
listen to music. You could do it while you're working out. You're going on your walks. They're perfect.
I don't think I go a day in my life, whether it's from exercise or the Zoom calls that we're on, without wearing these Raycon wireless earbuds. And if you go to buyraycon.com/Fitish today, you can get 20% off your Raycon order, but you got to hurry because this is available only for a very limited time.
Yeah. That's buyraycon.com/Fitish. It'll unlock 20% off your Raycons. Buyraycon.com/Fitish. Speaking of 2020 being a shitty year, Jenna, not only did I get in a car accident, but did I tell you my house almost caught on fire?
No.
Yeah, compliments of the wife. So she went to this candle making class, or I don't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
But she came back.
They have those.
And I remember when she came back with this, Jenna, because she came back and it was this wooden long plate looking thing. And it had 3 little candles on it. Those little tiny quarter-sized candles, maybe a little bit bigger than a quarter. And she put that right above our fireplace. And I looked at it and I said, that seems counterproductive to put fire on top of wood. You know, it's just not, because wood and fire shouldn't go together.
Oh, so the candles didn't have any metal around them.
They do have metal around them, but I still feel weird about putting flames on top of wood. It's just, you know,
I understand.
It's not, it's like
candles in general are dangerous. When we light candles here at the office, I almost always go back and check and make sure it's out. I get so paranoid.
So she promised me, oh no, the wood's treated, everything's fine. So this was, I think, 2 days after my car accident. And I'm laying down on the couch and I fell asleep. I drifted off into sleep and Kinsey had left. So I'm home alone with my daughter, Chloe, and the dogs. And all of a sudden, I remember dreaming and smelling smoke in my dream. I remember, you know, I'm like, it smells like smoke. I'm dreaming. I remember that vividly. And then I remember hearing screams. And it was Kinsey. Apparently she had come home and she's screaming, fire, fire. Oh my God, fire. I wake up and the candle, the little wooden thing that the candles are on, is fully engulfed in flames, like a big ass flame. And I have a wooden mirror above my fireplace. The mirror is now catching on fire, the bottom part of the mirror. And so the only thing I do when I get up, first of all, I go blank. I should have gone to my kitchen, got my fire extinguisher. That's what a genius would have done, but not me. I want to hurt myself. So I grabbed the piece of wood in flames, grabbed it. And now I'm screaming.
Is this where I'm supposed to tell you you're so strong and tough?
No, this is where you tell me you're such an idiot.
Okay.
Who grabs something on fire? That's stupid.
Why don't you make a s'more?
And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking to myself, damn, I'm stupid as hell. I just grabbed a fully engulfed piece of wood. And I'm kind of doing this like dance in the middle in front of my fireplace. And
it's the Mexican in you, isn't it? Isn't that the whole joke, that Mexicans can touch really hot plates?
It turns out we can't. That's that we can't do that.
Okay.
So I'm like dancing in front of the fireplace with this piece of fire, and Kinsey's screaming at me and I'm screaming at her. It burns. And I just automatically look in the kitchen. I run to the kitchen with this flame. It caught my piece of my sleeve on fire a little bit because I was wearing a long sleeve shirt, and I threw it into the sink and I turned on the water. Wax exploded everywhere. And I look back and Kinsey's trying to put out the little fire on the mirror. And I look at her and I look down and I'm like, you know when you get the little blisters? I'm good now, but I got blisters on my thumb and my index finger. And I looked at her and I'm like, what? How long was that fire going? And she goes, I don't know, but when I walked in, I smelled fire, and I walked in and there was a full-on flame. What were you doing? Like, what was I doing? I was sleeping.
I was not burning candles.
Who leaves a candle open when they...
Yeah, you can't leave a candle running ever.
Oh my goodness. So she had another candle. That's not the end of that story. 2 days later, she has another one of those candles, and this one was in a glass. And you know we have this little centerpiece that's made out of, it's like a wicker basket or whatever. That thing caught on fire because it got so hot with that same company candle, that it started burning the little wicker basket.
So I take it this is not an endorsement for said candle making company.
Absolutely not. And Kinsey called the lady and told her, hey, your candles almost caught my house on fire twice. And the lady is denying. Yeah. She's like, oh, we've made thousands of candles. This never happened.
Is this one of those like classes that girls go to and make candles?
Yeah. So I was like, maybe Kinsey didn't follow the directions, because she is known to not follow instructions very well. She does cut corners. as we have evidenced with planning trips and all that
I
stuff.
don't know if I'm like missing a chromosome, but those kind of parties just sound like my personal hell.
I don't know. It kind of was cool. It smelled nice. It was pumpkin smell. That's why
I've always wanted to organize like a nude drawing class for friends because I thought it'd be really funny to like have a bunch of wine and go and try. I'm a terrible
and
artist.
have a dude show up?
Yeah, a guy or a girl, and we all have to like sketch and paint them. I thought that would be really fun and funny.
You think Franny would get jealous if a dude with a huge dong showed up and you had to paint him?
He'd probably be jealous if it was a woman. Like, I don't know.
I feel like I would be cool with it. As long as a guy, like if Kinsey went to a painting class, as long as the guy had a really small wiener. Because I don't want anybody outshining. As a guy, I don't know if that's...
I'm sure it's small because I'm sure it's soft. Like, I don't think the guy sits there with a hard on the whole time.
No, but there's some guys that are showers.
Yeah,
and they're,
showers,
you know what I'm saying?
growers.
And then if he's out there showing and all the girls are wondering, oh, I wonder what this guy's like.
You know what I've been looking at? I really have, though, been looking at some classes like this that would be fun. And that SKILLSHARE app that we talk about is so cool,
Yes.
this platform. I'm looking right now because I get really into holiday decorating, but I don't feel as crafty as I want to be. A, because I don't have the time, or, you just watch some of these ingenious videos of people that just are brilliant with gift wrapping or decorating. And SKILLSHARE right now actually has all sorts of holiday themed classes that you can take. I mean, and these classes range anywhere from, 10 minutes to an hour long. But if you want, fun stuff to do with the kids, like painting, hand painting ornaments, or you just want to learn how to better gift wrap your presents, they have, hundreds and hundreds of themed classes.
They have marketing, they have painting, they have sculpturing. It's basically Skillshare is an online learning community, and it has thousands. I'm talking about thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. So even if you're just curious, you could start the class and be like, you know what? I'm not feeling this. Move on to a next one.
Yep.
And then you're gonna start learning things. I told you I've already bought painting stuff. I'm all about painting after doing my Skillshare class.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's not just holiday like I'm talking about right now. I'm just interested in that. But it could be photography. It could be, well, what if you don't know what you want to do? Well, they have classes on how to better explore your own creativity. It's really great. Explore your own creativity at Skillshare.com/Fitish2. That's Fitish and the number 2. And the first 1,000 people to use our link will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. And again, you're going to get access for free to thousands of classes for a limited time when you're one of the first 1,000 to sign up at Skillshare.com and use the code Fitish2.
Yeah, it's super cheap too, like $10 a month with an annual subscription. Speaking of learning new skills, I was telling you, Jenna, that I feel like I'm a master in the stock game now.
Yeah, you said that when you came into the office today. He comes in and he's bragging about how he bet against Tesla.
I didn't bet against Tesla. I missed out on Tesla.
Oh, I see.
So I had a kid, our old boss. He told me to invest a ton of money in Tesla stock back in the day when it was like, I think it was $19 a share. And now Tesla, if you see it split, and it's like $400 and something per share, and it's very valuable stock to hold right now. So I decided to invest or buy stocks in their competitor, their direct competitor, which is this company called NEO. And when I looked at this stock, and this is my most proudest moment when it comes to finances, their stock was $6. And this was like, I believe in June, July, $6. And I bought it. And the other day, it got up to $42.
Wow.
And that's a pretty good come up. So I've been walking around telling everybody I'm a freaking genius, which is not a good thing to do.
No.
Because I don't know shit about stocks.
How much stock did you buy?
I don't like to give my finances out, but I bought a good hefty amount.
3?
3 shares? Sure. Yeah. About 3 shares. About $18 for
3-figure shares? 4-figure shares?
I invested in it. I don't want to talk about how much I put in there because I didn't want to tell Kinsey because I think she thinks buying stocks is gambling, which it is in a way. You are gambling.
Which it is.
It is, right? It is.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could refer to it more as like a calculated risk, right? Like a risk that you feel that there's good odds that it's going to pay off. Or if you're watching it, I mean, I think that's the danger. Like, I don't know if I'd be good at monitoring my phone all the time or knowing when to sell it, because as soon as it went up to what you said, you actually got your money back and left some in.
So I made a
pretty
decent profit, obviously. And so what I did is I just took back and sold the stocks, the shares that would give me my money back, or at least close to. And then now I'm just playing with the house money. Now I know there's a lot of
with it.
I know there's a lot of people out there that do this for a living, and you're probably listening, going like, "Oh, this motherfucker's doing it all wrong," and that's fine because I probably am. But I hit once. Not to mention, I have lost money in the past, so it's not like I'm batting 100.
Yeah, you don't want to tell Kinsey either because then she'll be like, "I'm going to spend it all on Christmas."
Right, and or herself.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is the thing that Kinsey and I got in an argument about.
What?
It wasn't the fire. It's not the fire. It has to do with COVID.
Yeah.
Because you know how we're ramping up again.
Yeah.
And like you, Jenna, I'm probably the more careful one in my relationship. And Kinsey's more of the, we'll be careful, but let's still go live our lives.
Do you think it has to do with the fact that you and I are so similar that we're both more homebodies, so we don't mind the excuse to stay home?
Exactly. COVID was the best thing to happen to people that like to stay home, and that's me.
Yeah.
And
it's almost made me more comfortable staying home and having more anxiety about being out.
And honestly, I hate traveling.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, I'm cool once I go somewhere and everything, but airports bug me.
Especially over the holiday season too.
Yeah, airports bug me. I hate how people load onto planes. They don't know how to freaking line up. They're like cattle. We talked about this. I hate how people load into planes. They don't have manners. Anyways, so she planned a trip to San Diego for Thanksgiving, and she always catches me when I'm on a good one, when I'm like drunk or something.
Yeah. She
waits till like Friday night right before we watch Dateline, and I'm drunk and a little litty. And she goes, "Hey, can we go to San Diego for Thanksgiving?" I'm like, hell yeah.
I love it's Friday night Dateline drunk. Yeah.
Is that not what you do? Oh, no, that's what I do.
Kind of, I guess, but mine's not Dateline.
If I'm not drunk by 9 p.m., I'm doing it wrong. Because I want to be drunk by 9.
Be like asleep by 10:30.
Sleep by, girl, 11?
Yeah.
Okay, give me some credit.
Wild.
I'm so wild. And so she caught me when I was a little lit. And I said, sure. Well, that was a couple months ago. And now California's starting to shut down again because of COVID.
Right.
I've noticed that airline tickets are not being sold at a rapid pace as they should be during travel season, which means people are scared to travel. And so now, I told her this. I was like, listen, why don't we stay home for Thanksgiving? And she really wants to go to California. So it started this couples fight of, well, then I'll just go out there with the kids. And I was like, well, then I'll spend Thanksgiving by myself. And that's not the point. I was just trying to stay home. I don't know how to maneuver this whole COVID situation when I'm trying to be careful and also don't want to travel because I couldn't care less to go to San Diego during the holidays.
I'm going to ask my therapist since I'm going to go alone this week and then report back next week about just I'm going to go and I'm going to spend my hard-earned money to benefit all of y'all. And I'm going to ask when couples fight about something like this, because that has to be something that a lot of people go through when one person feels that way and the other person doesn't, or it feels less worried about it.
And honestly, I feel like I'm in like one of those Final Destination movies right now. I avoided that car crash death. I avoided the fire death twice. Like the plane I can't avoid that one.
I have decided I am here for the rest of the year. Unless something calls me somewhere that's work related and it's unavoidable, I am going to be homebound until the clock strikes 2021.
I mean, I'd be cool to just stay at home for the rest of my life. Is that bad? I used to love going out.
Because your kids are going to want to travel, and I think some of the best memories I have as a kid are the few vacations we would take.
Yeah.
And Kaysen's going to end up traveling for football, I'm sure.
No.
Yes.
No. I'm trying my hardest not to put him on one of those teams.
Don't be one of those hermits.
No, I mean, he plays football. I got him on his team. We made it to the Super Bowl again, by the way.
Super Bowl.
You're
allowed to call it that. I think that's a trademarked word.
If the NFL comes at me for playing in a youth sports league that calls it the Super Bowl, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. But it's the Super Mini Bowl. How about that?
Super Mini Bowl. You could do that. This is why I bring this up. So we're launching a set of minis of our Fitish products. By the time you're hearing this, they will be out. And we're really excited about them, right? But we come up with sports terms for a lot of our products, and we wanted to call it the Little League, but we cannot call it the Little League. Little League is absolutely taken. And I know that Super Bowl is too, because remember on giveaways, we could never say Super Bowl because Super Bowl is trademarked, and so we can't. So we're calling it the Mini League.
Oh, because you're monetizing. See, I think the rule is when it comes to trademarks and all that copyrights is if you're going to monetize on it, that's when you can't use it. I'm not making any money off the Super Bowl. I lost a lot of money. I had to buy my kid a helmet and shoulder pads, Gatorades, x-rays, all that good stuff. So I lost money on that. And we were talking about this the other day. And I don't know if you're going to be this kind of mom. There are parents out there that act like they're cheering for their kid's team, but they want them to lose.
Because they bet against them.
No, they're not betting on them, Jenna. No.
Oh.
You just want the season to end.
I see.
Who the hell bets on their kids' games? What are you in the parking lot? Hey, Thomas, I bet you $12 my kid loses today.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I would never do something like that.
They're so they want the practices to end. They want the season to end. They want their weekends back to where they're wishing their kids lose.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work. I don't know. I mean, I got to get there before, at some point, because I feel that I am only having children so they play a sport.
Soccer?
Yeah.
Chloe's really good, by the way. I told you that, right?
I mean, I didn't embrace anything, theater or anything like that. Yeah, you told me Chloe's good. Yeah.
Oh,
and my little sister Lucy plays soccer, and she likes volleyball more though, which is fine. It's been a weird time for them because they haven't had sports.
They need to give.
It's interesting that Kaysen does. I mean, Dylan's on the varsity basketball team, and I don't even think they haven't been practicing.
Yeah, we had a full season.
No sports season.
We had a couple close COVID calls where a couple parents got it, but none of our kids did.
That's good.
Which is crazy.
Are they in school?
Yeah, my kids are back in school. They're going in person, which was scary at first because, they're going to go out there. And I mean, they brought me the flu back a couple years ago and I got sick really bad. But yeah, they've been, so far, they let you know every day you get a report from the school. Like somebody in our school got in close contact with someone with COVID or someone directly associated with the school. So they give you reports every single day. That way, if you want to switch it up and go back to at-home learning, I think you could do that. But we've been fine. Everything's been good.
That's so good.
We've been practicing and everything. Some of the kids got a little snotty-nosed here lately. But you look at them sideways a little bit.
Oh, like actual snot.
Yeah, like full-on snot, like the full-on boogers coming out the nose.
So gross.
Kids are gross. And the smells kids have. All kids have different smells.
I remember I tried to be a soccer coach for 11-year-old boys team one year. And I couldn't wrap my head around why they were all so uncomfortable, because here I am being like super soccer rough tomboy, like teaching them how to defend and get close, and they would all giggle. They were so uncomfortable. And I was like, is 11 the age that boys start to get weird about that sort of thing with a girl?
Were you wearing a bra?
Yes, I was wearing a bra, but I was like up on them, showing them how to play rough defense. You're telling me you don't like wearing bras.
I was like, is she out there in a white jersey and sweating, and then these boys are giggling? I
cannot run around with no bra on.
I thought this was before boobies.
No, this was like a few years ago.
Oh, I don't know.
I was like 30.
My bad.
No, not when I was young, when I was trying to coach these boys.
I think I started noticing girls around that time. I think that's when it got a little awkward.
Yeah.
Miss Ellis was my first crush. Miss Ellis, I think she was like 23. So we were close.
Have you looked up I remember my first crush. He was this guy named Garrett, and it was in kindergarten, and he wore mesh shirts and he had a rat tail, and I can't find him. I've tried looking him up online and I can't find him. I've gone back to try and look up my first crushes that I had when I was like kindergarten, first grade.
The hardest crush on?
Well, I don't know. I was in kindergarten, so I don't remember having real deep feelings, but I remember, that he was like this like trailer park kid that I just thought was so sexy.
I've looked up every crush I've ever had. And I don't think this is a bad thing. I'm just curious. I want to see how they turned out to be as adults.
Yeah.
And I want to see who they married. Not that I want to interact with them. I just want to see.
You just want to see where their life ended up. Yeah, it's fascinating.
I have found most of them, except my third grade crush, which was this Polish girl named Martha. I forgot her last name because it was like a W. Couple other letters.
Was it Chensky?
Like a vowel.
Yeah.
And then some other letters. So I couldn't find her. So I don't know what she turned out, but I found my fourth, my fifth, my sixth grade. Can't find my seventh grade crush. Rebecca Trujillo. Have no idea where she went.
You're such a hooker. You had a different girlfriend in every grade?
Yeah.
Jesus.
My eighth grade girlfriend / into ninth grade, she lives in a compound, like a commune place. Like
a cult.
I don't know if it's a cult. But there's a lot of people, and she talks, they have partners, but they're not married, but there's multiple people, and then they raise all the kids together.
Yes, this would be a cult,
which is very interesting. Yeah, that's the only one where I'm like, okay.
Does she have really long hair?
She does.
Yeah.
She has
a polygamy cult.
Interesting lifestyle, and they have horses and pigs. And she hit me up once to talk about something on the radio. on Instagram, and she hit me up a few weeks later, and she goes, "Hey, I'm sorry I asked you to do that. Turns out those people that I was talking to were in a cult." So she called that thing a cult, but like what she's in is it's just a community. She calls it
a community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all fun and community until they ask you to drink the punch.
Yeah. And then the other girls that I dated, I found them. They're doing great. They're married, regular lives.
Does Kinsey know you did this?
No. I don't come in contact with any of them. I just like seeing.
That reminded me. I'm gonna go look some up today.
Yeah.
I want to see where they're at.
I looked at Kinsey's boyfriend up that she dated before me in high school.
Yeah.
Found him.
And?
Yeah. He hasn't posted since 2016 or something.
So he might be in jail.
I'm such a stalker right now.
Dead or jail?
No, I don't think he's in jail. I think it's just people lose the want to post on social media. Or
I can't decide if I'm jealous of that. You know, like I would love to just not be on the social media anymore, though it's pivotal to like the success of my business right now. But I always can't help but think like when I was single and dating and you would try and scope people out online, if the guy wasn't online, there was something equally mysterious and creepy about it. Yeah, that he had a family or that he wasn't who he said he was or he had spent time incarcerated.
I tell this to my sister-in-law because she's a single girl and she's close to my age, and she always says that when she meets a guy and he's not on social media, I tell her he's married.
Yeah.
If he has no trace on the internet, he made up a different name and he's married. And that's my opinion.
Did y'all talk about the pastor for the Hillsong Church on the radio? Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's always been sketchy to me anyway. That whole like Hollywood church, those...
Because they're like super famous for being pastors for these mega churches.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it comes out that my dude was creeping on the side. And what's he thinking? Because I feel like those people definitely listen to God at all times.
Yeah.
And so like, dude, right before you're about to get them pants off, I bet you God's saying, "Hey, Carl, don't do this, Carl. Justin Bieber wants to talk to you tomorrow."
Yeah.
And get on the right path. And you're over here dropping your pants for Sally from the choir. I don't know if that's the girl he cheated with.
It was always the minister wearing Yeezy that was weird to me anyway.
See, I like their style.
Yeah, but they spend so much money on their clothes, and I thought that when you were that, a man of the Lord, you were supposed to like forego all luxury items.
See, I don't fault them at that because a lot of the time the church has become uncool to some of the younger generation, right? So the best way to go about it is to get in with them.
What's uncool are the pedophile glasses. That is uncool.
You hate on the pedophile glasses, but some guys can pull them off. Most of them are murderers. Ted Bundy.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Who can pull those glasses off?
Murderers. But they look cool, like the cool looking murderers.
I love that. It's like murderer or young church leader.
Yeah, we could probably play a fun game with that and you'd find out. There was a guy, what was the other guy that we had on the show, Jenna, that the Kardashians were super cool with?
Yeah, well, he's from like the rival young hipster church. Right. He was a nice guy. Rich.
Harrington?
Rich something.
He was really cool and really cool style. So I wouldn't mind shopping in his closet a little bit. He has not done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yet. That I know.
Totally clean.
He wrote a book.
Yeah.
He's been with his wife since high school.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. Carl, on the other hand, he got in trouble. That's fine. That's totally fine.
We're all flawed.
He owned it up. Yeah.
We're all flawed.
I cheated on Kinsey in my dream last night.
Oh my God. I thought you were making this revelation.
No.
I cheated on Kinsey in your dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've learned I can't tell Fran. I had that full sex dream about walking in on. I actually had a dream that Fran was having sex with Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I remember that.
I walked in on that.
Yeah, mine have my only two cheating dreams that I've had where I did what I was performing an infidelity was the first one was Cardi B, and that was not fun because Cardi B, at least in my dream, was annoying me.
Yeah,
like where I wanted to stop. I was like, shut up.
Yeah,
just like let's go. And this one was Halsey.
Yeah, I like Halsey though.
Yeah,
you've always kind of had a thing for her.
And it was weird because we were in a. This is the dumbest dream ever. I was in a hotel room with Halsey. Again, this is a dream, people. This did not really happen. I was in a hotel room with Halsey, and we were performing for an award show.
You were performing?
Yeah, I was performing with Halsey. I was filling in.
That part of the dream says more about where you're at mentally than that you had sex with Halsey in a dream.
Well, we didn't get there because I'll tell you why. We were in the hotel room performing. We had our microphones and a producer, and I was filling in for the guy from the Chainsmokers. All
of JC's dreams have to do with like wanting to be famous.
The hell is no, I don't want to. I just like performing. And so we were doing that.
You perform every day of your life.
And I even remember in my dream thinking about like, I don't know if I hit that note as well as I could have. Like the hey, the beginning, like, hey, you were doing just fine before that. I was like, dang, I didn't hit that right, but I made up for it. And then when we were harmonizing, we were looking at each other's eyes, and then we finished and the producer left or whatever. And then so we were sitting there and she told me, hey, take your pants off. So I did. And then I remember I was just standing there pantsless.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't wearing a shirt for my performance.
Of course you weren't.
Of course.
I think that goes without saying.
And I was standing there naked, and all of a sudden I hear the door, because it was adjoining rooms, starting to open. I remember thinking, oh crap, we woke up Kinsey because she left. And Kinsey walked in, but Kinsey was also naked.
Interesting.
And she looked at me and she laughed, but then she started crying. So then I chased her down the hallway naked. And I said, hey, Halsey and I didn't even kiss or do anything. We didn't even hook up. And I said, yeah, Halsey and I didn't even hook up or do anything. And Halsey got mad at me and yelled, my name's Ashley. And then she threw a ashtray at me. And then that's when I woke up.
Wow.
So I don't know what the hell that means.
That was good. Your subconscious was already mad at you for cheating.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I got both girls mad at me in the dream.
They
And I
say
didn't
when
even
you
do
have
anything.
dreams about celebrities, whether it's sexual or that you're best friends with them, it's because they possess some sort of characteristic that you actually want to possess. So when you have dreams about hanging out with a celebrity, it's usually not because you want to hang out with that celebrity. It's usually because you like how dynamic they are or talented, and you wish that you embodied that characteristic.
Okay.
That's just a little dream analysis
Halsey
for you.
also had the Barbie doll thing going on downstairs. Like it was just nothing.
Like a vagina with no opening?
It was like a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means.
Did you too? Did you have the kin?
No, I was
You were fine.
I was regular.
That's good.
Kinsey was regular, but
Because I
Halsey,
think I'd have to Google some of that.
Yeah, I don't know
if
what that
you
meant.
had no private parts.
I went to ask Jenna, why did Halsey not have private parts in my dream?
Yeah.
But Kinsey and I both did. She got mad at me.
Well, that's wonderful.
Anyways, this is a great segue to, you want to look good naked. Get yourself a tonal.
Yeah.
I have this. Jenna has been to my house, and this is my favorite thing I've had since quarantine started.
This is like the one thing that you have in your life that I'm really jealous of.
You should get one, because I don't, like I told you, I'm trying to be really careful when it comes to COVID. I can work out from home, and I've been working out from home with the occasional going out to the gym, because with Tonal, I have a personal trainer at any time of the day. I could just turn on a workout and work out. They have different programs you could do, and they guide you through them. Mm-hmm. And then they also have a leaderboard now. And so you can compete with other people if you want. Get competitive. Yeah, you get that app, and then you get to see what's going on. I reached the 500,000 weightlifting goal. So I've lifted over 500,000 pounds, which was my goal. So it keeps you motivated the whole time. Because a lot of the times when you're working out, you grow sick of your workouts, or you grow sick of whatever you're doing.
Yeah, but they have so many options. It's not just weightlifting, right? Because my style of exercise is way different than JC's. Same with my goals. I mean, you can do non-weight related exercises with the mirror
yoga,
workout.
They have, I mean, any sort of workout you could think of, you'll find it on Tonal. Any body part you want to target, you'll find it on Tonal.
And let's be honest, it just looks cool.
It really does.
Hanging on the wall. It's like a beautiful piece of art.
And the cool thing about the Tonal is that it gives you up to 200 pounds of resistance. So you're literally weightlifting. So if you want to try Tonal, the world's smartest home gym, get the strongest deal of the season. Just go to tonal.com. Wait, what's that W? Just go to tonal.com for $250 off your Tonal purchase. That's TONAL.com. And this exclusive deal is only for a limited time. So go get your Tonal today. Tonal, be your strongest, which is what I am right now.
That'd be a great gift for the holiday.
It really would. Are you hinting at something? Hopefully Fran's listening.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking you to buy me. Are we going to buy each other gifts?
Do you want to? I know we talk about this sometimes. Here's the thing about buying gifts for friends. You have to coordinate whether or not you're going to buy.
Right.
Because there's a sort of stress that comes along with buying people gifts.
No, I don't think we need to get each other anything. It's been a hard, long year.
Okay.
I mean, I'm in the Christmas spirit right now, if you couldn't tell. I have a tree up. It's not December yet.
Yeah, I saw that.
Before you entered today, I was forcing my team to listen to Christmas music. I've been listening to Christmas music on satellite radio in the car.
What's your favorite Christmas song?
Oof. Probably Oh Holy Night.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, Holy Night.
The fall on your knees.
Yeah, you like it? You like the build-up?
Yeah, I like and I've been really into the Nutcracker. Just the actual,
just the music of it.
Yeah, the classical music. I've really liked that. But yeah, no, I have lots of holiday hits that I love.
See, I feel bad telling people what my favorite song is because now they say it's not politically correct. It's Cold Outside song.
Oh yeah, Baby It's Cold Outside.
Yeah, because some people say it's a little rapey.
It is rapey.
But I think it's just a dude that's just doing dude
It's
thing.
actually funny now in the climate that we live in because there's a lot of songs or a lot of movie humor. Like I had Fran we watched Love Actually, and he had also never seen The Wedding Planner. And there's so much racism throughout movies that I never recognized before at the time. But now things are more sensitive. Things are understandably more sensitive. But I'm just kind of shocked when I'm watching those movies because both of those movies are more than 15 years old. And there's so much in there that you would never have thought was that racist, but it's so racist.
Even if you watch like rom-coms from the 90s.
Yeah.
I was watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And there was a few things where you watch, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Can't do that, bro.
Can't do that now.
Can't do that now.
No. Interesting. Fran, just let me add that he did not like Love Actually and he did not like The Wedding Planner. What is wrong with him?
Wedding Planner is a little overrated.
No, it's not.
J-Lo and Matthew McConaughey?
Oh, it's great.
First of all, I believe he lived in New York, right?
San Francisco.
But he always has a Texas accent. It was How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. He has a full-on Texas accent, but he lives in New York.
So what? You're Mexican and live in Texas.
And that's why I talk like this, Jenna.
Yeah.
Like when I'm really talking, I talk like this, no?
You know, this is his real accent.
Así hablamos, no? Órale, Jenita, queramos. That's the Naco voice.
Yeah.
Has Fran done that for you?
I try to get him to do it. I'll try and get him to do it today.
There are parts of Mexico where you go down in Mexico and that's how they talk to you.
Yeah.
Oye, güerita, cómprame esto, no seas malita, ándale. They drag out everything. It's like, eh.
Yeah, but what I've learned is Mexicans are racist against other Mexicans.
That blows my mind. How can we?
It's true. It's true.
Like in a way,
there some Mexicans are more racist against the darker skinned Mexicans.
Oh, like the indigenous,
the more native Mexicans. Yes.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of racism, and I'm thinking, what?
Yeah, and class racism too, like the rich people.
You're right.
Yeah, that's all it is, and that's basically in every country.
Blown.
I know. Let's love each other, people. I thought we did a great comeback right here. That's what we did.
This was a great comeback. This was a great comeback episode.
Great comeback episode. We didn't get to any of your emails today because
you haven't sent any.
Because Jenna, no, they did. They have been sending them. It's just Jenna.
I replied to them online.
Jenna didn't give me the Wi-Fi password till like right before the podcast
That is
started.
A lie.
So I'm gonna put it all on Jenna.
I have people here that know that's a lie.
I wanted to include you. Jenna was like, no.
Okay, we'll do a full segment next week on all of your questions, whatever you want to hear about. Holiday gift ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need those. I need great holiday gift ideas for Kinsey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you on that.
Okay.
I'm not going to say them here though, because then she'll listen to this. She won't listen to this.
Maybe we do it after.
Okay.
You tell me what you got, and then I'll tell you if it worked or not. But what's that email, Jenna, where they can write us?
It is thepodcast@fitish.com. Thepodcast@fitish.com.
So everybody get out there, have a good day.
And check out our video now. We're going to be posting these up on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch it.
Yes, featuring Wheezy.
Yeah. She has a hard life.
I have a pug question. Doesn't it like gross you out that her butthole's always on you?
No. Only when it leaves marks.
Yeah, like,
then
does she skid?
Sometimes.
She does?
Mm-hmm. They clean themselves. It's pretty amazing. I mean, she doesn't clean her own butthole. That was the reason my mom got us pugs in the first place when I was little. Most pugs can't reach their own butthole. Like most dogs can bend and lick their butthole, and it's so disgusting, but that she can't. She can't reach it. So she just scoots on the ground.
So she does skid. So no white carpet in the office. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, just a white couch.
Yeah.
Just an expensive white couch for her to rub her butt on. Nah, she's all right.
So far, so good. Just a bunch of hair.
Some black fur.
All right. Anyways, everybody be kind to each other, and we'll talk to you next week.